got to go over Bitcoin. As you can see here, Bitcoin is at 63.7K. It's just now fallen under this bear flag here. And now it looks like it wants to get rejected here at the 50-day moving average. But anyways, we got to go over this. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, but let's get straight into it. And like I was mentioning before, look at this 50-day moving average. Right here at this 50-day moving average, if we get rejected here, we could continue to crash from here on Bitcoin. And that's exactly what happened so many different times here inside of Bitcoin, right? We've had this multiple times inside of this bear market. If you look over here, you can see we had a rising wedge. Also, we had an ascending triangle within the rising wedge, so it was like a bear trap, well, a bull trap. And then as you can see over here, we had the bear flag here, and now we're doing another bear flag right here, and then we break down below the bear flag. So the real question here is, are we going to get rejected at this 50-day moving average and continue downwards to maybe going to 59K or even pushing lower to finally get down to 50K? So that's what a lot of people are wondering right now. And if you look at, this is the 4-hour chart, by the way. If you look at the %R trend exhaustion on the 4-hour chart, you can see it's kind of curving here, almost like it wants to have a bit of a pullback. So there is a possibility that if we do another pullback here, if it's like a small pullback, maybe we bottom out again and then we continue upwards. And then maybe this is like the double bottom scenario that people are thinking about. That's what a lot of people are looking at this as. Now, again, this is just the 4-hour chart. This isn't everything. But when you look at the 4-hour chart, you are seeing some divergence here. So if you look at this, we're seeing these higher lows here. So then if we look over here, higher lows on the MACD, lower lows on the charts, bullish divergence still. So we should have another lower low coming very soon. So we just got to wait. We'll see how much buying pressure is going to come in. It might be a lot. And then we'll have that selling pressure coming in. And then we'll see probably another lower low from there. Now, look, this is just the 4-hour chart. By the way, it is just the 4-hour chart. Now, the daily chart is really where we want to be at, the daily and the weekly chart. Now, on the daily chart, we're seeing a little more buying pressure than expected, but it's still bullish divergence, right? We still have bullish divergence, so we should still have a lower low, right? We should still have a lower price coming in. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for this MACD to start giving us some selling pressure, and then eventually getting some higher lows here on the MACD. And then once that happens, that's going to end up creating these lower lows. And I think that's the exact process that we're going through right now. The real question is, how far down will it come when this happens? Will we come all the way down to 50K when this happens? I think that might be it. So like I said before, anywhere from 40 to 50K is my bottom for Bitcoin, with it starting at 50K. So if we hit 50K and then we start recovering from 50K, we might be good, but then it could go down to 40 from there. But I'm still looking at 50K as that area. 50K is that area that we really want to pay attention to as like the quote unquote bottom. So that's really the range. So even buying right now is still a good time buying Bitcoin now, because it's at 63.7K. Anywhere in this range is honestly a good time. But personally, I'm just watching it and seeing where it goes from here to see if we do start to build up some more selling pressure here, or maybe buying pressure, oddly builds up right here. Maybe some buying pressure oddly builds up and then it starts to try to push up to maybe 68K, right? We would still have to wait for that, because then we can still possibly get rejected at 68K and then continue downwards from there. So that's what we have here on the daily. And then on our weekly chart here, it's still the same scenario here. We're still looking at the same bullish divergence scenario of creating lower lows on our charts and higher lows on our MACD. So it's still the same thing. Nothing's changed. We're going to see some selling pressure coming into here if we're right here. So then we're going to see that selling pressure. That's going to be the next higher low, and that's going to be the next higher low on the MACD. And then the price is going to be printing out the lower lows here. So 50K still when you look at it on the weekly chart. So every single chart is telling us the same thing. Bullish divergence, wait for it to print out a lower low, and then we will see the bottom of Bitcoin. Possibly, right? Maybe it bottoms at 50, or maybe it waits for a whole nother round of bearishness and then bottoms at 40. All right, somewhere around there. So we'll see if that happens. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. But I just wanted to bring this short update to you guys. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Definitely hit the like button, subscribe. all that good stuff. Check out the link in the description for Vantisfy if you guys want to do some DeFi trading on the Base platform. You can go ahead and check that out. Link inside of the description. Sign up with that link there, and you'll be helping support the channel. Again, big shout out to everybody out there, and as always, I will be back with another video.